What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. So, today's video is about something I've been wanting to film for a long time.
I'm sorry. I was in a trance.
Yeah, what the
I'm feeling like it's a 50-50 ratio of people who clicked on this video who know what MK Ultra is and people who don't. The way that I learned about it was definitely through YouTube, you know, just watching all these conspiracy videos, like, definitely shoots you down quite a rabbit hole.
MK Ultra was a program that was founded in the 1960s and 1970s by the CIA and by the government for basically mind control purposes. And then they claim that MK Ultra was shut down because it was abusive, but we all know that these programs never get shut down. The government or the CIA or the scientists, they take someone and they give them so much physical and mental trauma, and they drug them and they beat them up and they starve them and they do like a whole bunch of awful things to them over the course of months, that you end up like losing who you are as a person, and then you basically come out like a zombie and you're in this hypnotic state where anything someone tells you to do, you're just going to do it. If you guys have ever watched The Hunger Games, they actually performed MK Ultra on PETA in the movie. The movie's literally telling you and giving you symbolism of what goes on in the real world.
So, MK Ultra is not something made up. It is not a conspiracy theory. Okay, I'm just gonna read to you what is on Wikipedia. We all know Wikipedia is not a reputable source at all, but I'm just gonna read that so that you guys can have like a general idea of what society knows. Project MK Ultra, according to wikipedia.org. Also called CIA mind control program, to be used in interrogations in order to weaken the individual and force confessions through mind control. These subjects who were being experimented on did not give their consent. And they say that the testing ended. Like, there are actual documents. A lot of the times they would put these people on crazy drugs like LSD and like all kinds of other stuff. I mean, it's definitely a spiritual substance, and if used in the right ways, it can definitely give you a sense of enlightenment and stuff like that. But in the right setting, in the right hands, you know, when it's given to people who don't even want it or don't even know that they're like taking it. Like, one of these stories said that someone took like 700, I think it was like micrograms, which I believe is like a crap ton, like a lot. Okay, so I am going to start showing you some videos and actual evidence of clones or just celebrities malfunctioning, glitching, doing things that a normal human does not do. And we have to really accept and open up to the idea that it is not just humans here, y'all. It is not just humans here. Come on. Like 95% of the ocean is unexplored. Okay, there are aliens on Earth, there are aliens in our oceans, you know. If we went down that far in the ocean, which it goes miles and miles and miles and miles deep, like hundreds and thousands, we would see creatures that we would not even be able to comprehend. So I want you to know that these creatures are already on Earth, and there are benevolent ones and there are malevolent ones, okay? So at the end of the day, just trust that energy, like, shit. Okay. So I am going to play for you first a video about MK Ultra, because I'm not making this up. This isn't a theory. This is actually a project that the CIA had, and they said that it ended. Wait, hold on. I want us to get the end date because they claim that it ended, which is a total lie. Okay. It says the operation was officially sanctioned in 1953, was reduced in scope in 1964, further curtailed in 1967, and recorded to be halted in 1973. Oh, and look, it even says on here, there remains controversy over whether this operation ever ended. MK Ultra used numerous methods to manipulate people's mental states and alter brain functions. So they also call this project, you know, you'll hear it most commonly as Project MK Ultra, which I'm not quite sure what the MK stands for, but like, might kill ya? I don't know. Okay, so it's also called Project Orion, and it's also called Project Monarch. So I will be making a whole nother video talking about the symbolism that is all around us, you know, between celebrities doing this, you know, the one eye, and doing the like devil's hands, and doing the just the pyramids, and just like all kinds of just crazy, you know, subliminals. And to your naked eye, like to the average person, we don't catch these things, you know, because they're like, oh yeah, rock on, like, you know, or like, fuck yeah, like, yeah, you know, like Jay-Z, like so many celebrities have done like symbols like that, because it's their little way of saying, hey, I'm in the club too, you know. So there's gonna be a whole nother video on that, because there's so much symbolism, and then a whole other video coming on subliminal messaging and how that affects us. Comment below any other ideas that you want me to touch on. I have a whole list, but it definitely helps to hear what you all think. So yeah, let's get into some video, some real tea, some real illuminaTEA, okay? Because I know you all are just waiting to see the proof, right? The proof. So we're gonna see some clones malfunction now. And I just want you to know that basically every celebrity is a clone. Just right now. Like every celebrity. And I have so many questions still. I don't know everything, and that is quite a claim to make, right? You know, and I have to cover my own ass and laugh and say I'm a clone too, right? Okay, so for example, like Lady Gaga, like there's so many videos of her just like freaking the fuck out, you know, and malfunctioning.
If you don't get this right now, I swear to Lucifer, I'm gonna...
When I was making love to my old boyfriend, I used to think about women sometimes.
Oh, good Lord. No, stop looking at me. Right, go for me in the middle.
You're scaring us now, Gaga. I'm running out of film.
Gaga, thank you for this week.
Just have one over the shoulder now. Gaga, you get here in a minute.
Take to the left. Show the right. You.
Get going, Gaga. You get there in a minute.
Psst, Gaga.
Can I have one pizza, Gaga, please?
Oh. Stop pushing, boys. She's not going to do anything to you. She's not doing enough pictures, everyone.
I love ya.
And so my question is, like, are these people clones? Like, are they grown in like a freaking test tube? Because we have that technology. I hope you know that. Like, they already cloned that sheep, you know? Like, they cloned, I think it was Dolly the sheep, you know? And they're cloning our food. That's what a GMO is, a genetically modified organism. That's a GMO. A GMO tomato and an organic apple, they are not the same. They share the same DNA, and that's why they look like each other. But one is grown with love, you know, and no pesticides, and one is grown in a freaking lab. Okay, so yeah, I just want to give you an idea of cloning is really here. Like, we've already cloned a sheep, and people are cloning food, and they're called GMOs, and I hope you don't eat them. Okay, go organic. I just want to know whether these people are grown in a freaking test tube, you know, and they're in that satanic, just occult world from birth, or are they like actual humans or whatever the frick human means, because we don't even know what that means truly. Homo sapien sapien, like, yeah, so like, are these people born into this world, or are they like normal people and they find them and they say, hey, okay, you have some kind of talent that the world already kind of likes, let's blow that up and let's control you and change you and just own you. What is it? Comment below. I don't know. All right, so we're gonna start with some of these amazing malfunctions. Alrighty. What you're about to see is Al Roker. Most of you probably know him. He's on the Today Show and like a ton of other talk shows. I think it was on NBC's Today Show. So there's three interviewers talking, and then all of a sudden they say some kind of trigger word, which I think it was Holy Ghost, and Al Roker just freezes. And then later he says, oh, I was trying to have a staring contest. No, honey, you're a fucking robot clone lizard boy, all right?
You gotta make it real awkward.
That's exactly how
you have to have a certain amount of distance between the bodies
exactly.
in junior high.
Yes, like they say in Catholic school, leave room for the Holy Ghost. Anyway, there is a lot of memories today, actually. It's a big day in music history.
35 years ago today, Elvis Presley passed away, the king of rock and roll. And as Mark Cohn says in his great song, Walking in Memphis, there's a pretty little thing waiting for the king down in the jungle room. Natalie Morales.
Now, I think they were talking about Elvis, something in the jungle room. I couldn't pay attention because Al Roker just kind of froze like that. He stood completely still with that look on his face for 17 seconds. 17 seconds, that's like a day and a half in live TV time. And I need to know what that was about. We actually do have an explanation for what was up with Al Roker. He says he just wanted to see how long he could hold the pose, and the director kind of egged him on. So it wasn't really a glitch in the Matrix after all, as I initially thought.
Second stare down now going viral online. So let's go back outside to Al Roker and ask him, what were you thinking, Al?
We just need to turn him on.
Is that the matter?
I don't know. I just said no.
I know, he was scared.
I just kind of, I don't know. It happens all the time.
Once he started, he couldn't stop.
Yes.
All right. He says, I don't know. You said I just kind of, I don't know, it happens all the time. What sticks out to me there instantly, and it should stick out to you guys as well, he goes, I don't know, you said the trigger word, Holy Ghost.
And what's funny is if you just watch my last video of fake news and that being exposed, and then you see Anderson Cooper like standing like in water, like that seems to be like up to here, you know, but then you later see a picture of a cameraman who's like standing like completely fine. So we all know that like almost every newscaster is also a puppet. So Anderson Cooper is definitely one of them. And it's interesting that they have him nitpick Al Roker about like standing still. And he's saying that he stood still for 17 seconds and that was so long and he needs to know what it's about. He can't just say that, you know, someone's telling him, like feeding him this information and saying like, hey, like bring attention to that, you know? So it's interesting that they're not like trying to brush it off so much. But okay, here's the thing. Those two other interviewers next to Al Roker didn't say, hey dude, are you okay? Hey, what's up? It looks like you zoned out there for a second, you know, like a normal person would say. But no, they completely ignore it. And that's what gives it away, is that they completely ignore it, hoping that like their handler clicks their little button back on, you know? Having a staring contest? No. Okay, on to the next one. You know, with this mind control, it's hypnotism as well. And I actually want to go to school and study hypnotism and NLP, but benevolent hypnotism, a way where I can change someone's, you know, drinking habit, change their limiting belief systems inside, not program people to do what I want. So again, like anything can be used for good or for bad. Technology, it can be used, you know, to help you or to hinder you. You can stay up on your phone all freaking night and not get sleep, or you can use it to connect with people all over the world. You choose. Same thing with like hypnotism. Okay, here is Bill Clinton getting ready for an interview, and there is a makeup artist doing some touch-ups on him, and he looks absolutely dead.
In covertly recorded off-air transmissions from the Bush-Clinton presidential election campaign in the 1990s, we can see that Bill Clinton was nothing more than a puppet to the puppet masters which placed him in the White House. Bill Clinton's demeanor seems to be similar to a person who is under a hypnotic trance.
Okay, here is one. I don't know who this NBA player is, but some of you might. There is so many that go on in sports, which is nuts. So in this interview, you'll see that one of them is just frozen.
But it's been a heck of a ride, to be honest. I really can't complain. Yeah, I was kind of I was a little down when I found out I was injured and I had to have surgery again, or with another knee. But at the end of the day, I have amazing teammates. Guys like Draymond, everybody on this team.
So that was just nuts. Like literally it looked like the screen was divided and that like one of them was like, not talking kind of normal. And then the other one, it looked like it was like a screen grab.
Well, then this happened and it triggered everybody and everybody's like, oh my God, we're living in a matrix. Now this is from a basketball game and well, I'm just gonna show it to you first. Okay, I know on first viewing it's like, what's the big deal? They all just ran the same way. But really look at it. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Notice that all of them at the same moment turn and run at the same time. They even run on their same foot. Watch. Do you see what I mean? The more you watch it, the weirder it is. I mean, it's weird, right? It's literally like, all of them. They didn't even communicate it. It wasn't like everybody's like, run. It was like, I mean, I know it sounds funny and I even laughed when I saw this trending on Twitter, but the more I watched it, the more I was like, this is weird.
Okay, here is an interview with Kourtney Kardashian on the Today Show. And what's crazy is she's like, someone in the background says, stop talking. And she just does.
We were very empathetic about what happened and very sort of horrified. And so we were wondering, how is everyone going? How's Kim doing?
What? Okay.
I'm sorry, is there someone talking to you?
Yes, sorry.
Sorry about that. So I just was wondering how everyone's doing.
In.
Hello, Kourtney, have we lost you?
All right, it looks like Kourtney doesn't really want to go there with that question.
I think she's blinking, so I just...
That's crazy. And then at the end he says, I think she's blinking. Like, okay, what I'm about to show you is, I think it's Barbara Bush, filmed in 1992, mother of George W. Bush. So she doesn't blink once when she says this. She looks like she's completely in a trance.
Remember that every single man, woman, and child in the state of South Carolina awakens to a freer, safer world because of George Bush. I would remind people that every single morning we all awaken to a safer, freer world because of George Bush. And Nicole, I would remind you and the people of Florence that all of us awaken every single day to a freer, safer world because of George Bush. They themselves awaken every single day to a freer, safer world because...
What's funny is a lot of the times during these like MK Ultra glitches or something, like the Wendy Williams, I'll show you that one.
The talk show host passed out live on air.
It's time for our How You Doing Halloween costume contest. We do it every year. It's always a lot of fun. Let's get started. Our first caress.
The show cut to black and went to an extra long commercial break, nearly 6 minutes long. But when it did come back on, Wendy was back up.
That was not a stunt. I'm overheated in my costume and I did pass out. But you know what? I'm a champ and I'm back.
She overheated because of her heavy costume, makeup, and lights.
They end up saying, oh, I just got hot. I passed out, like I was dehydrated. Most of the time, they will ignore the fact that anything even happened. But like I said, like if it's on live TV and it happened, like people saw it, you know? So people are wondering. So they address it. And they say they overheated, they passed out. And what's funny is the more I'm researching about clones is that they have a lower body temperature than we do. And in one episode, I think it was TRL, and Mariah Carey came out, she like lost her mind. Like her switch flipped the wrong end and she started like stripping and taking off all her clothes.
You got J-Lo, and that was Unreal
Love
Remix.
boy, come on, love me.
How's that?
Give me more.
What? Mariah Carey. You gotta be kidding me.
Ice cream truck. Come on.
I was just going official.
I can't push this thing. Hold on.
What are you talking about? If you're just joining us, Mariah Carey just walked in wearing a t-shirt pushing an ice cream bin. Unannounced to me.
Wait, get the truck. Hi, Carson.
What are you doing here?
Hi.
How are
I
you?
just thought I'd surprise
What are
you.
you wearing?
Hi.
Holy crap.
Hi. Okay, wait. Where's my spot? I got a present for you.
Okay.
Wait, where am I supposed to stand for this?
I don't know. What are you doing here is the question.
I'm here. Can you hold this?
Yeah,
I
sure.
brought you a present. It's this shirt.
Yes, of course it does. What are you doing? Oh my God. What are you doing? Mariah Carey is stripping on TRL right now. Is it my birthday that I didn't know about it? Wow.
You like this?
Holy mackerel.
You like this?
Hey, can we get the AC cranked down? The AC. Crank it down, get nice and cool. Wow.
It seems somewhat bizarre, Carson Daly's random comment about the AC. Did it just get 20 degrees hotter because Mariah walked in? It seems like he was honestly caught off guard and wanted to control the situation, and the slave, being a handler, seems like a code phrase, doesn't it? And then the host is like bantering with her for a little and then just switches and says, hey, turn the AC way down. Yeah, make it real nice and cool. I'm like, where did that come from? You know what I mean? Like, why is that so urgent that, you know, like, oh, a hot girl is taking off her clothes in front of you and your first concern is the air conditioning?
For all of you on Twitter who are asking if I'm okay, thank you so much. I got a little hot and I passed out for a moment. I am fine.
Yeah, here's a interview of an astronaut who just got back, I think, from Mars, right? Because that's like all we've been to, which is insane. But she's trying to tell a story about a UFO that she encountered, and like in this thing, it says she gets hit by directed energy weapons, which literally I was just about to say happened to her, which is DEW, directed energy weapon.
I figured that would never happen without the preparation we had training the team inside LYFT.
LYFT Saturday.
Boy, if that's not a little embarrassing. But, so I don't get people worried standing up here too long. I think what I was going to say, and so I figure I could stand here standing enough with the training enough.
Yup, and she never finished the UFO story. So in this case, in this specific case, this was thrown in with the MK Ultra. However, I don't think she was on MK Ultra mind programming, and I don't think she's a clone or anything like that. I think she's an innocent astronaut, you know, who saw some that she can't talk about, and they don't want her to talk about. So this is what they're using to start these fires as well. They are technically a form of laser. And I might sound like batshit crazy right now. And like, you can believe whatever you want of this. Like, I'm just sharing the tea, y'all. You asked for it. I mean, you didn't, but here you go. You're welcome. Like, this is on CNN. If you see in the little corner, it says CNN. So that's being broadcast to a lot of people. So if she is an astronaut who just got back from space and is like, yeah, I saw an alien in a UFO. Yeah, a ton of them. You know, that's gonna send America to freaking shamble. They will not come back from that, you know, because that's so out of our comfort zone that we can't accept aliens yet. We can't, even though we are them, and there are some in our ocean. They're all over Earth, you know. It's not just humans here. Okay, I hope I can find a clearer video of this, but here's a clip of Beyonce and Jay-Z at a Boss basketball game, which I just want to say, like, when celebrities go to like things like that, like, I don't think they give a crap about the sport or whatever's playing. It's more of just like a cameo, like them being out in public so they can take pictures with people and blah blah blah. People talk about them, blah blah blah, more fame, more money, blah. So yeah, here's a clip, and Beyonce is just like waddling back and forth like this, like just like lost, and just like I don't even think she blinks. I don't know, I could be wrong, but she's like going back and forth, like, and that's something like a child does, that's like feeling uneasy, you know, like you go in the corner and you're just like, you know, like what?
1934, which provides a forum for the world's up-and-coming artists. Due to illness, Glenn could not be here tonight. He's fighting his illness with the same determination that he's used to make Brooklyn the first financial to the next pretty late and
That lasts for like a long time. I'm definitely gonna cut it early so you don't have to like watch the whole thing, but like she like wobbles like that for like, I don't know, a good like 5-10 minutes. I'm gonna show you more glitches, okay, so you actually believe me. Okay, here is Eminem, and I don't know if I included this in my celeb clones videos, and there's definitely gonna be more celeb clone videos coming because there were so just look at pictures of Beyonce then and now, and that is not the same person. Same with Eminem. I'm gonna put a photo up here of what Eminem used to look like and who he used to be and who we call Eminem today. Those are not the same people, okay? So here is Eminem number 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. We don't know how many versions there are, you know what I mean? Like, they could all just be in storage, and if one acts up, then they pull out another one. Like, that's the technology that we are working with here, and we really have to start to wrap our brain around it, which it is so sick, but, you know, I fell into this rabbit hole because it's just so interesting. But yeah, here you go. Here's the clip of him being a fucking weirdo clone.
Stay out of my head.
And so now here is Eminem, I think at the same day, same event. Here is him on ESPN, and he is just like looking disoriented, like his handler or whoever forgot to click his on switch.
Who was helping produce that with you, Marshall, when you did that?
Yeah, sorry. Live TV. Live TV freaks me out a little bit.
No.
Yes, I'm sorry. What was the question?
These guys who seem pretty normal on each side of him are trying to have a conversation with him, and he's just like, not even like looking at them, doesn't even know what's going on, and it's just like, Okay, here is a clip of, I'm not sure what TV show or what channel this is, but it's like 4 dudes like trying to play basketball on a set, and there's 2 Chainz, whoever that is, trying to play basketball, and he's holding the ball, but he's just like,
Speaking of showing us, 2 Chainz, you got a shot, 2 Chainz? You got a shot, let me see that shot, dog.
frozen. Like, these people look like they're playing that game of, like, freeze tag. Like, what? Okay, now here is a clip of Katy Perry passing out on stage. Okay, and this next clip with Britney Spears, and I think it's Diane Sawyer, maybe. It was just weird.
Publicity about what happened from Mexico to London.
It was pretty rough, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Ah, weird. Hello. Oh my goodness. Hello. Ew. Strong Britney. Yeah, it was a weird.
An alter ego is like a split personality. So, you know, Beyonce has Sasha Fierce and Nicki Minaj has Roman.
Roman is a crazy boy who lives in me. I ask him to leave, but he can't. He's here for a reason.
People, I think, are a little more familiar with my stage persona, and I have Sasha Fierce for the fans.
Sasha Fierce.
Sasha Fierce.
So, like, when you're getting ready to go on stage and perform, does Sasha Fierce, when does she show up?
Usually when I hear the crowd, when I put on my stilettos, when, like, the moment right before when you're nervous and... Then Sasha Fierce appears, and my posture and the way I speak and everything is different.
Literally, if you just Google it, like, every celebrity has an alter ego, meaning that they have this other form of themselves that comes out when they perform or usually when they perform.
She doesn't do interviews, she only performs.
Especially if they're in music or even acting. Here's a clip of when Noah Ryder, they were accepting award, like her and her people were accepting award. And I just want you to notice like how this guy has his hands on her.
You already celebrated Stranger Things, but this award from you who take your craft seriously and earnestly believe, like me, that great acting can change the world is a call to arms from our fellow craftsmen and women to go deeper and through our art to battle against fear, self-centeredness, and exclusivity, and afraid and tired, joyous, exciting, and mysterious ride that is being alive. Now, as we act in the continuing narrative of Stranger Things,
like, he never takes them off of her. He has his hands on her like this, and then like in a second shot, they're like this on one shoulder. But he doesn't not touch her. So here's a clip of, I don't know, some chick freaking out.
Věděli jsme se nic, dá se tedy předpokládat, že odpoledne pravděpodobně budeme úspěšnější. A teď se pojďme podívat na to, co přinesly poslední hodiny na české politické scéně.
When someone slurs their words like that, my first two thoughts are either they're having a stroke because of slurred speech, or they're under some kind of mind control hypnosis.
Iowa, Kansas, Maine, Ohio, and Wyoming to join Florida's suit. The states claiming the exorcist saw unto Sracho and Pele Bringritz by health urge.
Okay, this next one is just crazy.
Well, a very, very heavy debatation tonight. We had a very Darrison by, let's go to Terrace and look for the bit, the head of the pit.
Wow, this is 35 minutes long. Oh my gosh.
Try to answer your questions.
Here is a clip of some kind of reality show. I don't know what, but you can tell it's a reality show. And there's like a couple being interviewed about their relationship.
So that's where I come in, and I keep your emotions, and I deal with your emotions over here. But when it comes time,
her eyes literally just like her eyes do this.
For business, I implement what you told me on the emotion side into handling it in a professional manner.
On paper, it says it's like it ended in 1973, and I'm showing you proof right now. It did not end in 1973, okay?
I don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
You don't know. Jimmy Fallon doesn't know. David Letterman doesn't know.
We don't know.
All the comics and show business don't know what this is.
So here's a clip inside the NBA on TNT with Shaquille O'Neal and 3 other dudes.
That could only be the musical stylings of Victor Oladipo, who is the reigning 2-time champion of the All-Star Weekend player.
Shock is like Frozen.
Talent show.
Okay, and the other 3 guys, they ignore it. That's what gives this away, is if this was an actual human, if I was filming a video with my friend and all of a sudden she just like, I would be like, bro, you good? Like, you good? You need some water? Like, you wouldn't just be like, I wouldn't just keep talking and ignore the fact that someone's like frozen and not okay. Honestly, they would have covered their ass more if they would have been like, hey, you good? You good? Okay, so I just want you to see, keep your eye on the guy in white. He is looking around because he's already aware. Because Shock by now, I'm sure, would have chimed in and just said a little something. You know what I mean? Like how these things work with like a TV show, talk show, or radio show. Everyone kind of chimes in, you know? They kind of take their turn, like passing a J, you know what I mean? So like at this point, like Shock, even if he was okay and just like sitting there, like he wouldn't just be silent because you're on a show. You would be like, oh dude, that game was crazy. Like you would say something. So keep your eye on the guy in white.
Champion of the All-Star Weekend player talent show.
You are talented. I give you a little credit on that. A lot of credit. You're very talented. I mean, you're not a karaoke guy like me, but you can ask.
So just now he looked off, you know, to the set to maybe look at a handler. You know, someone who controls these robots, clones, freaking puppets. He's looking for some kind of help, you know? He's giving him the look like, okay? And here's a trigger word that comes up. The guy on the far right says, you know they call me old brown eyes, right? So I think that's kind of a trigger. I think the guy on the far right is a handler, actually. Kind of, maybe, because he has that trigger word, and he tries to say old brown eyes, you know, to get him back. And then the guy in white is still looking around for someone to help because he is aware. And then the guy over here in the little bow tie, since he's right next to Shock, he has his body language is turned away. So he's trying to ignore the fact that Shock is frozen.
You know they call me old brown eyes, right?
Okay, right there. Did you see that? Did you see that? I'm gonna like freeze frame on this photo because like right after he says like you're not a karaoke guy like me, his face, the guy on the far right, he turns to the guy in white and his eyes just are like are we good? And then the guy in white is still looking off, you know, offset. Right after he says old brown eyes, first of all, I think that's him trying to do a trigger, you know, trying to be like, come back. The guy in white, he literally goes like this. You know, he does one of these with his mouth, like a, I can't reenact that. But he's like, You know, like when your ex is at the grocery store in line in front of you and you're with your best friend and you don't want to see him, and you can't say anything either or he'll hear you. So you go to your best friend and you're like, that's him right there. That's him. You know, that's kind of what he's doing here. In his face, his eyes, it's just so evident. And like I said, if these were all normal humans and totally innocent, just talking about some basketball, then they would have been like, hey, Shock, are you okay over there? You're kind of frozen. Like you would address it. You would address it. That is my biggest point, is if there was nothing evil going on, you would address it and you would be like, bruh, are you good or not? I have a feeling the reason that the guy in the bow tie hasn't turned around is because he knows. He knows that this dude is frozen. So he really is like, I cannot turn because once I see it, then I have to address it. It just sounds crazy to where we just automatically reject it, but just listen. You don't have to believe it, you know? Just take in the info. No, we won't compromise the mission. What mission? The operations are called MK Ultra. You won't speak to us if we do it. Yeah, wait till you see what we have done to you in the operating theater. I know this sounds crazy, but welcome to MK Ultra. Always use your discernment, you know, I don't know if this stuff is real. All of a sudden, I'm not feeling too great, but maybe it's just all this info. Maybe it's because I've been filming for literally 50 minutes. Maybe that's why. You know, you can't have fear when you're watching these things. I'm gonna take a little break. I'm gonna cut this video and come back. Yeah, it's a lot of information and it's just a little overwhelming for me right now, and I have really, really bright, hot lights on me, so maybe that's just giving me a little bit of a headache. I will be back. It won't seem like I went anywhere because this will just be cut together. What I'm about to show you is a clip of Cardi B, and she's like talking, and then she just like, she's like having a conversation with someone, you know, like this, and then she just like turns and freezes and just does some unnatural, unhuman stuff. So take a look.
Yeah, how you feeling? I'm feeling great. I'm so nervous, a little bit overwhelmed. I feel a little shaky. I don't know what's wrong with me. No, but it's good. No, it's good. You go. It's good. You look great, and you're amazing. And just from woman to woman, from hip hop, from.
And what's interesting is like, pay attention to the people in the background. It looks like there are some handlers. Look specifically at the girl with the red hair in the back, and then the girl in like the white dress with like something black, or maybe that's her hair. She's hitting her dress like this. She looks down and she just like hits something, you know, like she has a little control panel right there. Yeah, just interesting. But there's a lot more where that came from.
Butterfly in my stomach and vagina. Butterfly.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
I mean, is right. Yeah. I mean, looks.
Wait, he just went out his way.
I mean.
She made this remark.
Why with those weird sounds? I'm just a comedian at heart. Like, I have like 100 people working in my, like inside my brain. I always been like this in school, everything. It just makes me feel good. Like, I don't know why I do it. My head functions really differently. I wish somebody could like go inside my ear, go to my brain, and find out what's going on over there, because it's not normal.
This is a clear example of MK Ultra mind control. As we already know, the music industry is run by the elite.
So here's just some clips of, you know, clones, people, humans. Now I just call them people because people has no definition. Okay, look, a lot of these happen at like the Pentagon in Washington, or, you know, at the White House.
We actually go back to, hold on a minute. Sir, can somebody help me?
Science executive order at this time, when that could have happened any time over the course of the 5.5 years of the administration.
Okay. Oh goodness. Okay.
Okay, and now here is one with a voter behind Bernie Sanders.
Is one issue out there? Is one issue out there? Oh God.
Anyway, have a seat here. Come on, why don't you just go?
Here's another one, but this is in a different setting. This is on like a fashion network or something.
Night sort of day to night-ish. Like
Absolutely.
she looks great during the day, but she put on some. I mean, she's wearing heels.
Yeah, or like a
heel.
or a statement earring. You
all right? You okay? No. You sure? She's not. Here, come on, walk with me. Walk with me. Oh, I got you.
Okay, here's another one, and this time it's another newscaster.
We're going to be seeing outbreaks. So by the afternoon, we're going to be seeing outbreaks of rain. Temperatures at around 8 or 9 degrees. I'm so sorry, I'm going to faint. Oh, Rachel.
Okay, quick, chaps, if we could.
But despite that awful cost.
Get him to the ground. Get him to the ground, please.
No, I'm not feeling good.
And a lot of the times they just faint. They just get overheated and they faint and they pass out. Sounds like an overworked clone to me. Here's one, and this I actually kind of recognize from Shane Dawson's like video about like K-pop stars. And that industry is so messed up. I mean, that is definitely part of the music industry, and I think that's the same for any recording artist. But these girls are overworked. Go watch Shane Dawson's video on K-pop, because, you know, they say that these kids, they're working 36-hour days. Like, no rest, no sleep. They own you. And so this is a clip of, like, a K-pop group, and this girl just passes out. And, like, there's so many videos of them just passing out because they're overtired. You know, what I'm mainly showing you is MKUltra glitches of people who are on mind control and just either, you know, they short circuit. But I think with this, it could simply be fatigue. It could. But most of these, like shock, like the thing with Shaquille O'Neal, like, that's not a human, honey. That's not a human. He can sure act like it because they know the art of imitation. They do. Hold up, what is my kitty playing with? Indigo. Okay, I think this is gonna be the last one I show you. Maybe I could be wrong. But here's a video of, this is on BBC, talking about money, bonds, treasury stuff. And just the way that this whole thing happens is bizarre. Because they're talking and he's like, I'm gonna pass out. Like, he says it kind of under his breath, like, I'm passing out.
David Buckner, he is a professor of organizational leadership at Columbia University. David, how are you? Good to see you. You were on the show on Thursday. By the way, America, I'm sorry, I didn't know I was gonna get up from the chair today. I'm sorry for the jeans. You were on Thursday.
You see how the Miles, both of them moved at one time? Clone shit, man. That nigga a clone.
Bonds. This is what cities. This is city to do what? To build.
City wants to build a school. City wants to build a bridge. City wants to build anything. You can go and lend them.
Notice he fine. Ain't nothing wrong with him. He cool. Like I say, this clone getting ready to die off. They sent it off. They sent it out one too many times. They should have been retired this clone and brought another one out. They push. This is an example when they push a clone to the limit.
Money, they will pay you back at a later time.
Okay. First time ever, the people who rate all of these things said
Risky.
Risky.
Not likely to pay you back.
What does that mean?
That means that the likelihood of bankruptcy is greater than it was yesterday.
For cities.
For cities.
But it's not just some cities in California or New York. It's
over the whole country.
If these cities start to fail,
we're left to treasuries.
Okay, but here's where I want to get. As all of these fell, they all piled into the federal government.
They did, and now it's all contained therein.
Okay, so what does that mean?
So now when you're buying these, you're buying all the garbage.
Okay, so all of this that was bad, that everybody said, oh no, we can't invest in that, the government invested in, and now this is full of cancer. If all of those had cancer, this now has it. Okay, so this, okay.
About to pass out.
So
you heard him.
This is treasuries. You all right?
I'm passing out.
You hear that? I'm passing out. Now, this how you know it's on some clone shit. He just told the man I'm finna pass out. He ain't got no fucking care for this man for real, because he know this man ain't real. Watch how he keep talking. Fuck him from the pass out.
Okay, are you okay? You want to hang on? Passing out. Okay.
He asked him, do you want to hang on? The nigga told him, I'm passing out again.
Why don't you want to sit down?
Look how he shook his hand.
Gone. Okay.
You heard that nigga said gone. That's some clone shit, man.
Sit down. Gone. Okay. All right. Oh. Gone. Okay. All right. Oh. I'm passing out. Okay. Are you okay? You want to hang on? Passing out. Okay. Why don't you want to sit down? Gone. Okay. Oh. You okay? Okay. Somebody help him, please.
Straight. You seen that shit?
We'll be back. Okay. Somebody help him, please.
Watch the news anchor hand like he had to hit a switch or something.
Somebody help. We'll be.
Like he had to go ahead and cut his ass all the way off. Push him down. Cut him off.
We'll be back. We'll be back in just a second.
Now watch. Watch dude come from back there. That's the controller.
I'm gonna pass out. And then it's just the weirdest way to react to something like this. If you're on TV and you're interviewing someone and they tell you they're about to pass out, you know, my initial reaction would be like to grab their body, not to shake their hand. No, if someone around me says, hey, I'm gonna pass out, I'll be like, what the fuck, are you okay? What do you need? How can I help? You know, that's a normal response. The guy says, can you hold on? That is not a normal human response. If someone tells me that they're passing out, I'm gonna be like, whoa, what the fuck? How can I help? I mean, not like that. That would be a weird response. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I said it before. But that's not how you respond to that. And then he grabs his hand and like shakes it and says, you want to sit down? Someone says to you twice, I'm passing out. The first thing that I do is not grab their hand. It would be to prop them up. Probably the first thing I would do would grab their shoulder and try to help them stand up. You know? Right? Not shake their hand. That's just bizarre. This clone says G-O-N-E. Gone. Gone. Okay, first of all, that's not how a human talks. You say, I'm passing out. I don't feel so well. I don't feel too good. Like it'd be something like that, right? Not gone. That's a fucking robot. Like, he said gone. He said gone. Yeah, I keep seeing this over and over as if like for example, the Winona Ryder one, how that guy had his hands on her like this and then like this. He did not take his hands off of her for 1 second. So like when this guy falls down and passes out, this other guy, he like yes, maybe he's setting him to the ground, but it's like he's hitting a button. Damn, yeah, okay, so at that last second, like this guy said, like, there's someone else, like, narrating this video. I don't have the original clip. This is honestly the best clip that I have. But like he said perfectly. I agree with almost everything that guy said in the video. He said, like, there's a female who steps forward first, and then there's a guy dressed in all black, like, looking hella sus, where it literally cuts almost, like, just right perfectly at his head. So I think that one's the handler, the controller, you know, the one with the remote control. All right, this is definitely a long enough video. Holy crap. I'm over an hour now. Wow. Longest video I've ever filmed, and I'm not gonna make it any longer. I'm gonna wrap this up. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. There is definitely so much that we don't know and so much unlearning that we actually have to do. We have been taught so wrong. So wrong. I think the next video I'm going to do is either on the royal family or vaccines or exposing PETA, because they are, ooh, I got some real illuminaTEA. I need to be sipping tea. Where's my tea? Oh my god. That's how we are using alchemy. I don't want you to be afraid of the Illuminati. I don't want you to put fear out there. I've said it so much. This is to inform you and not to instill fear into you. That's what they want to do. That's their job. Their job is to instill fear into you. Mine is to inform you and to empower you. So I want you to take away power from this video and nothing else, okay? You don't have to believe anything I said. Think for yourself. Always go do your own research. You know, I will have some links down below of some other stuff to read and check out, because I definitely didn't include, you know, full stuff, because this video would have been hours long, and it's already over an hour. So, all right. Make sure to give this a like and subscribe. Make sure to also click that bell for post notifications. Go book a reading with me at my website. Go buy a potion. Go get one of my potions. I make all kinds of amazing potions and oils, essential oils. This is my creation oil. This is my manifest oil. I've definitely shown this one before. There's hemp leaves, bougainvillea, blue flowers, rainbow flowers, all kinds. So yeah, if you want a potion, hit me up. I can make you custom. Yeah. It's what I love to do. So yeah, I think that's finally it. This video is so long. Okay, bye. Oh crap. I hope you are not allergic to kitty cats. Indigo, can you please not right now? Yeah, that just... What is your issue? Like what? Okay, he just gonna chill here. It's just more of like a... This little girl, she's so precious. This dude, he says, okay, so, hold on. But it's a real thing. Stay. Hold up. And, okay. Hey. Oh, right there. Miss Kitten. Right there. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I gotta pee, and I am 46 minutes in. Holy crap. What do you think about all this, Indigo? Do you think they're clones? I don't know. Crap, I've never filmed a video this long, ever. Are you hiding in my hair? Oh my god, I have a lot of editing to do. No! Do you think they need more love? Do you think that they're on mind control?
Everyone all of a sudden has their head shaved and their hair becomes platinum blonde, which is basically a sign that they have been mind controlled or hypnotized to do exactly what the Illuminati wants them to do.
Que n'importe quelle vie, mais je peux tout foutre en l'air pour faire rire une belle fille.